Hey, what is going on, guys? It is OJ here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys some more Legends of Runeterra gameplay, but this time around I'm going to be showing you guys a new deck that you have not seen on this channel, one that is not Swain and Ezreal like I have been using constantly on this channel. No. Today we're going to be branching off to a new deck. Now, with this new deck, if I haven't been sharing and showing my love for Swain enough, this deck has to do it. This deck has got to top it off. It does indeed have Swain in it, but it does not have it with Ezreal. We've got a new champion in it, and I'm excited to show you guys. So without further ado, let's get straight into the deck. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so this is the deck that I was talking about. This deck is a Yasuo Swain deck, and I think this is really good once you get yourself set up. You're pretty much almost unstoppable because you're killing people's units without them having the capacity to do anything, and on top of that, you're not killing their units from combat. So it's like this deck can make people so angry so quickly, and I've been using this deck for quite a while and it still seems to work. I got Ravenous Flock here because we're going to be stunning a lot, so 4 damage to stun units pretty damn good. Crimson Disciple is just such a good unit. Plus, when they survive damage, they deal 2 to the enemy nexus. So we're just going to keep that in there so we can level up Swain. Fey Blade Twirler. Fey Blade Twirler is just kind of like one of those cards that you put in the deck if you're going to consistently do the same thing over and over again. Like for a Shen deck, there's that one card. Where is it? Right here, somewhere around here. Right here, where it's like Shen's about giving barriers and stuff, and in this card, you know, when an ally gets a barrier, grant 2. Well, this deck's going to be a lot like that for stuns and recalls. So, and plus this unit has quick attack, so we can use it offensively without worrying about it dying. Right? Navori Conspirator. Navori Conspirator is one of those cards that can really be put to good use. Unfortunately, in order to play this card, you have to recall an ally, but we're going to have so many opportunities for recalling allies and put that recall to good use, and I'll show you guys in a bit. Transfusion, it's the staple card for Crimson Disciple, and even if you don't have Crimson Disciple, you can always outplay people with this card. It's so good. Arachnoid Sentry, you play it and you stun a card. It's just plain and simple, and plus it's a 3/2, so it's not bad on stats. But yeah, so, and that just gives you a stun, and if you want to, you can use Conspirator on the Arachnoid Sentry, so you can just play it again and stun another target. Shadow Assassin, when I'm summoned, draw 1. It's an elusive, so gotta use spells or another elusive to defend it, and it just draws a card. Drawing is so nice, and you can also Conspirator this Shadow Assassin too. Concussive Palm is, you know, it's so good. It's a spell that stuns, and then you also get a unit out of it, and then this unit you can recall with Conspirator so that it turns back into the spell, so you can use it again. There's so many options that you can use Conspirator on to get a recall, so you can reuse play effects, or, and all that. It doesn't matter if you're using it for play effects or not, you're getting Yasuo leveled up pretty well. So if you use Concussive Palm and then recall it so that you can get another Concussive Palm, that's already 2 things for Yasuo's 5 mark level up. You're already doing an insane job. Deny, I just decided to throw a Deny in there because, you know, Deny is really good. That's all I gotta say for it. So throw a Deny in there in case he plays anything super strong. Will of Ionia, you get to recall units now. Will of Ionia is so good, you have to be careful when using it. You can't just blow Will of Ionias just all willy-nilly, because people can throw cards down, like Fiora, for example. They can throw the card down that's from Demacia, I think it's it grants an ally an effect that says like they cannot take damage and they cannot die, so you have no way of killing them. Well, now you do. You can just use Will of Ionia and put them back in the player's hand, and it will get rid of that spell effect. So that's really good. And plus, if your Yasuo's leveled up, you'll be able to kill him anyways because they're recalled. So Yasuo's Yasuo. He's kind of the main card here. Swain is kind of the support, but Swain, once he's set up, Swain can do so much for this deck. All you gotta do is just send a recall five units. It doesn't matter if it's ally units or your own. It allies or enemies, it's just units, not enemies. And then this is going to be really useful too. We don't have this in the deck, even though I really feel like I should put it in there. But this is in here, or this will be useful since it's not in here in the deck. So we'll see about that. Intimidating Roar is really good for early game if you've got Yasuo, because early game, anyone with 4 power or less is usually pretty weak in health too, so using this to either stun them so they can't attack you, or just to, you know, get insane amount of stuns for Yasuo so he can level up really quickly. This can be used mainly just for the Yasuo stuns, or you can use it defensively. If you literally have nothing and your opponent's about to attack, you can just throw Intimidating Roar and all of his units are stunned. What are they going to do? Swain here, obviously he's the support. Once you dealt 12 non-combat damage, he levels up. You deal that non-combat damage with Yasuo, as well as for stuff like Ravenous Flock and Transfusion. So there are other ways to deal non-combat damage, but it mainly comes from Yasuo. And what makes him so good once you're set up is that once he's leveled up, if you deal non-combat damage to the enemy Nexus, you'll stun the strongest back row in it, which is really good. Because what we're about to pair it with is, of course, the one and only staple card in every single Swain deck is the Leviathan. You get the Leviathan with leveled up Swain and Yasuo. It doesn't matter if Yasuo is leveled up or not. It's better if he is leveled up, but it's crazy. You just stun three units at the start of every turn. It's insane. And even if they don't have 3 units, you can stun. Yasuo will do his Hyatata, his ult on him thing, right? Then it'll just stun him again, and then Yasuo will do it again. And then Leviathan will do it again, and then Yasuo will do it again. It's insane. The amount of things you can do with this setup of these 3 cards is ridiculous. In this deck, we've also got Minotaur Reckoner. Minotaur Reckoner is really good because at the start of the round, he stuns the weakest enemy. This is really good for just constantly pulling off a stun. And if you can get Minotaur Reckoner with Leviathan and Swain, he'll stun the weakest. And then Leviathan with Swain will stun the strongest, 3 strongest. So it's like, it's just a bit of a combo there. And then I've also decided to throw in a Dragon's Rage. Dragon's Rage is actually really underestimated. No one expects you to throw in a card like this in a Yasuo deck. And it's really good, actually. It has caused me to win games that I could not end fast enough, that I've been able to just come back with because of this card. You kick an enemy into the Nexus. So you strike the enemy and also strike the Nexus. If the enemy lives after you strike them, they're recalled. And Yasuo can just, you know, hit them a few times and they'll probably more than likely die at that point. But what's important to note is that I had mistaken the first time I used this card is the damage you deal to the Nexus is based on your card's strength, not the opponent's. Don't ask me why I thought about that, but you know, I just thought if I thought about it, someone else probably did. So if you attack with a leveled up Yasuo and you do the Dragon Rage, it'll do 5 to the enemy, 5 to the Nexus, then they'll recall, and then 5 to the enemy again. But anyways, this is the deck we're going to be using for this video. It is a Yasuo Swain deck. You don't have much to play early, super early. The only card you can play on turn 1 is Ravenous Flock, but you have no way of stunning or damaging on turn 1. So turn 2, 3, and 4, you've got a good option of things that you can play. But once you get to late game, you've got to make sure that you have the Leviathan and Yas in some sort of way to just continuously stun. The entire game, you just want to make sure you're landing stuns. You want to get Yasuo leveled up pretty quickly because the difference between 2 and 5 damage every time he strikes is pretty insane. And that is the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to leave a deck code in the description for you guys to use if you guys want to use this deck yourself. I'll show you guys how this deck works in action. I'll see you guys there. Alright, so I changed my audio a little bit. Notice a huge difference in audio. Go ahead and say something in the comments if you like it or not. But I changed up my audio, so if I sound different, that's why. But let's get on with this game. We found ourselves our first opponent, which is good. You know, I think this deck is just so much fun to use. I think if you guys ever use this yourselves, you're going to realize how much fun it is. I don't have a really good start. I have a really terrible starting hand, actually. It probably wasn't the smartest move to keep both the Ravenous Flocks. I wanted the Concussive Palm. We'll live with what we got. Okay, never mind. We drew ourselves some good starting hands, if you know what I mean. Never seen this card before. Really? That's... wow. That is quite the card. Yikes, I've never seen a card like that before. Wow, that seems like that could either be really good or just absolutely useless. Draw an extra card. Got the Leviathan. So now we have a confirmed way of getting Swain. So hopefully we can get everything except Swain. That'd be pretty nice. I'm gonna stun this electric machine thing, Parade Electro Rig, and get rid of that so that he can't use the support effect. I don't really want him to use that, so I'm just gonna use this for now. So actually just burn 1 mana. That's okay. Get rid of Teemo. Oh, this is gonna get real annoying real quick. How many caps do you just place? In that one little segment, he plays 24 caps. Yikes. Not good for us, boys. I knew it. That was the one support I did not want him to give. Get rid of Teemo. We don't want him. Another one. Not surprised. Only one. I'm gonna let this happen. And afterwards, I'm gonna play this to kill Teemo. I'm gonna lose some units this turn, so that's why I played the Leviathan. It's playing an awful lot of those mushroom cards. Not liking this, boys. He has more caps in my deck than I have cards. And that's that, yeah. The only unit that'll survive is this. Which honestly is fine. Queen is now leveled up. Now that we've got our little wombo combo set up, can only play one. Yasuo is leveled up. Now we're just going to start wiping the board. Now, the thing is, I have 2 Leviathans. So, what's good here is that I'm going to just clean his board next turn. All I have to do is pray that I don't draw 7 puff caps on 1 card next turn. Oh my gosh. He has double the amount of puff caps. Oh, well, he can't defend. No matter what I do, he can't defend against this interaction right here. Yeah, I win next turn. Unless I literally draw 7 puff caps on one card, which, mind you, is possible, but... Oh, wait, no, never mind. I win anyways because of Leviathan. And there you have it. It was a little bit of overkill that I had 2 Leviathans, but it's okay. We'll get these level ups done. Nice and easy anyways. Ooh. Anyways, let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into the next one. So far we're doing really good. Oh, I hate the Demon Rat. And if you can't tell, the Demon Rat is Teemo. And the fact that we've gone up against him twice today, ladies and gents. There's no bueno. Should have gotten rid of transfusion. No, never mind, I'm good. As long as I get this, it's okay to have transfusion. Actually, got a pretty good starting hand. Not gonna lie. Yeah, this is a pretty good starting hand. That's actually really good, because I didn't want him to defend. Because if he did, he actually would have burnt all the use I could have gotten out of this card. I'm gonna not do anything because I'm gonna stop Teemo from attacking. With Concussive Palm. And then I'll just recall to get him back with this. He's not going to want Teemo to die unless he has another one in his hand. I need to make sure to play this Concussive Palm because he doesn't know I have this one. If I play the one he knows, then he's probably going to think, oh, he doesn't have that stun anymore. Maybe it's time for me to go, you know? I think that's something that a lot of people don't think about. If you recall a card, return a card to your hand, anything, I think it's good to know. Or if you play like a Leviathan, it says draw Swain and it shows the enemy that, make sure you play the one that's actually shown. Because otherwise, if you play every other card except for the one in their hand, they'll know when to go in on you, you know? So, I think it's really good to know that one, guys. I'm actually gonna do this. You know what? I'm gonna get greedy with, a little greedy with this one. He has Karma and Heimerdinger, so he's probably got an offensive spell. He might have a Get Excited. I wouldn't be surprised if he does. Or maybe even a Mystic Shot. But if he has a Mystic Shot, he'll be proccing this thing twice. And we'll pass it. Interesting. So, because I played the card that he sees, he probably is sitting there thinking, oh, he doesn't have a Concussive Palm anymore, so I can go in and, you know, use my Nexus Striking Teemo. But little does he know, I have another one here. So, and I'm not going to play. Well, Well, let me play you. No, I'm genuinely interested in what this deck looks like. I've never seen a combo like this, Heimerdinger, Karma, and Teemo. Most of the decks I see of Teemo are either Teemo on his own, Teemo with Ezreal, Teemo with Karma. I've seen those kind of matchups. I have never seen Karma, Ezreal, and Heimerdinger. So I'm kind of interested to see, you know, what this deck is other than just a bunch of mushrooms, you know? Okay, that's fine. He burnt so much mana for that. I'm gonna play this because I'm gonna stun and recall next turn. Playing all of the mushroom clouds in the house? Gonna play this one? That actually would be nice. Or he could hold on to it. I don't know. He's probably gonna hold on to it so he can do something during his attack. Maybe I block a certain way, he's not gonna like it, so. Actually play as Shadow Assassin, let's draw. He has no mana, so I'm gonna do this.
I dare you.
I'm gonna be that guy. Do I really need to be that guy though? He discarded a whole card just to play that, so I'm actually gonna be that guy. Yeah, I'm gonna be that guy. And then I'm gonna attack with all of you guys. He has to defend eventually. He can, you know, take 6 damage now, but 2 turns from now, he's gonna have to defend against someone. And I'm gonna piss him off. Yes, sir, I am. I'm gonna force him to burn some mystic shots. Come on. Recall. You know what? You're just helping me there because I can just draw a card with him. So, I don't mind actually. I'm gonna play this first. See if we can play another card. Because if he has Thermo Beam in his hand, he's gonna wait for Yas. That's fine. Now he doesn't have enough damage from the Thermo Beam. At least to kill this turn. That's what I'm worried about. Is just killing this turn. Okay. Use this here. This here. I love that Heimerdinger just kind of just, right here. Take it down. Anyways, so yeah, I'm just gonna deal damage to you. Hopefully, well, no, let's do this because this way I'll still have an elusive. Well, do I want to let the turret deal damage? Because I am getting to a point. I have 37 puff caps. I only have a few turns left, so I'm actually not going to let the turret deal damage. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. I've never learned how to spam emotes in this game, like how he just did.
Underestimate. I dare you.
Now this is going to be rough with the amount of puff caps he has in the deck. Now next turn I can use, all these concussive palms. Yeah, this is okay. Bam. Not sure why it's doing the weird HUD thing, but we're gonna do this, and then we actually no, we don't. So if he denies us, we're screwed. But he doesn't deny. It's only gonna work on one though. So. That's not so bad.
Underestimate. I dare you.
He wanted to BM a lot. And now it's just, it haunts him for all the emote spamming and BM that he wanted to do. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, you do not BM until the very end of the game if you're going to. But even then, it's such a you know, it's a mean thing to do. Don't do it. Alright, and we are off to the next one. Personally, as I'm reading this tip here about auto pass being turned on and off, I personally have it turned off. And I think I have it, like the reasoning I have, I think is something that people don't think about. I have it turned off simply because if you have auto pass turned on and the enemy does something, right? If the enemy does something and you can't do anything about it, like, you have to think that some people are trying to predict your moves. Like, I kind of do a lot. You know, I look at the regions that people have, and I think about the cards that they could possibly have. So, I try to think one step ahead of my opponents. And, you know, it's like you have to think that they're trying to predict you from doing something. And you kind of just sitting there, if you have auto pass on, it'll automatically do something. If you can't do anything, it'll just automatically pass you. But what if your opponent has no idea that you can't do anything? You know, and that, you know, you don't have a 10 card that you can't play because you're only on round 6. You know, you catch my drift here? Such a strange... I would never think that anyone would carry that card. Is it a random follower or one from me? It's a random follower. We're not doing so good because we're not getting any starting cards. Hopefully we get a Crimson Disciple or Arachnoid Sentry next turn. Maybe even a Shadow Assassin, that'd be pretty cool. But this card was shuffled. I gotta remember this card, the 5th card right now, the 3rd from 1, 2, 3. So the 3rd card was shuffled 4 times. I gotta know what card that is in case it's important. Fortunately, I'm just gonna concussive palm, but actually, I think I should have done that, honestly. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that. Make use out of it. Get that 3 damage. And a recall. There we go. I played that pretty well. That's fine. He's probably gonna have a Mystic Shot or some sort of card to deal extra damage. Yeah, that's completely fine. I have another one. Ezreal, Misfortune, and Jinx. Now, personally, I've never been a fan of Misfortune decks. Just because it's the amount of pressure she provides. If you're running a barrier deck and you're going up against it, it had to have been from this. There's no other way he has an Undying. That's insane that he drew an Undying of all cards. Probably was a little bit wasteful, but I just want to be able to attack without him burning a 1-1 to defend. Now we're going to get some non-combat damage dealt for Swain. I have another Yasuo, so that's completely okay. He's shuffling a lot of cards into his deck. He already has more cards in his deck than at the start of the game. Pretty insane. So Yasuo will now be leveled up by the end of this turn.
Let's see what you can do. Look what you did.
Looking for a
So Yas is now leveled up. The chances that he has yet another Thermo Beam are pretty low, but not impossible. Let's find out. There it is. No? I think I should have done to this. This is elusive. Having that alive, I think, was way more important. Hopefully he didn't steal anything too good. I'm gonna wait before I do something huge. Well, let's get the non-combat damage for swing. Let's level them up. So we're doing a pretty good job of maintaining his units and like stopping him.
Rules are made to be broken, like buildings or people.
Well, I think he's got his Jinx and the Undying, so we're just kind of gonna sit tight here with Leviathan. At this point, this game is pretty much won, unless he can kill the Leviathan, but I can play another. So I'm just gonna see if he's gonna like overreact to this Yas. He's gonna have to defend with something. So he can play a spell. I'm just gonna try and see if I can get him to burn stuff. Call. He's probably got a Mystic Shot that he's gonna use. Probably just gonna use it on her. No? So we got you here, here. Now you here. Looks like this one is gonna be a dub for us, ladies and gents. Oh wow, he even died from this, just by itself. Just imagine I didn't block with any unit except for that one, and he just lost. Would have been crazy. I'm telling you guys, this deck cleans up. It is so much fun to use. It often makes people rage quit. Let's see if I can get someone just, you know, surrender before the game even really gets started. Let's hope I can find someone that we can make that happen to. Alright, and we're back into this. This is probably going to be the last match. I'm not sure if I'm going to do another one after this. We'll see what happens. Maybe if I lose this one, I'll do one more. You know what, that's the deal. If I lose this one, I'll do one more. So Callista Thresh. I hate dealing with the Shadow Isles. I mean, Shadow Isles is I think is pretty cool and all, but just dealing with him is so dumb. And he's got that one card I cannot take damage or die, because he's got Demacia in his hand, so it's pretty much a given. Oh. You know, it's funny, the Ravenous Flock relates to Swain and the Concussive Palm relates to Yas, but unfortunately I don't want either of those. Never looked at the actual art on this dude. Pretty cool. Got a green key. Not sure what that's for, but yeah, I'm not doing so good right now. I don't have any cards to play on the curve. There we go. Is he gonna attack? No? Black here. He's probably gonna play the draw, kill an ally, draw two. That's good. Yeah, he's got one of the Undying decks, and I don't like playing against him because they're just, I think they're just kind of boring. Just because it's like, all you're doing is just constantly killing the Undying card over and over again until it's like, well, what do I do now? You know? Let's get Yasuo out. We have a deny in case he plays something huge like a Ruination. Let's make sure we always have 4 mana on him. If he gets to 9, so it's 6 and 3. So once he gets around 6, that's when we need to start looking out for it. I'm gonna not play anything because he's probably gonna hook Yas or the Elusive. Either way, I don't want him to do anything. So we're gonna concuss upon you. Sure, I'll defend against you. We're gonna need to stop this Undying soon. He's probably got that one card that's like, if an ally died, kill an enemy. I do have another Yasuo, so it's okay. Swain's already leveled up actually from that non-combat damage. That was actually pretty good. So I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to recall you. No. So I'm going to recall you first. So I have a spell. Or do I just play this first? play you. Round 6. Okay, so he's getting to that point where he might have a Ruination, but he can't play it yet because it's a 9 cost card. So we're just gonna make sure we have 9 mana on us at all times. Or not 9, 4, so that we can stop his 9 mana play. I don't think he has much of anything that he can use to stop this, other than maybe, I don't know. I don't know what he could have right now, but clearly not much. Not too much. It's okay. What I can do is I can just let this Undying get really strong, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop his Undying from attacking. I'm actually not going to recall these two. I'm just going to let him die. Ooh, this unit got... Ooh, nice. And then I'm going to recall you. And if he has another card to deal 1 damage to everything or something along those lines, that's okay. Because I have another Yasuo on top of that. If I really want to, I can just... Actually, I'm going to play another elusive. He has Ruination. I need to be ready for this. Play the Ruination. And if I need to, I'll recall my Yasuo to safety. I don't want to play Swain because I have a feeling he might have that Ruination. And I can't deny if I play Swain, so I'm not going to. So now he can most definitely play the Ruination. Most definitely can. Right, he's looking to go a little big on this one. I'm going to play this so that we start stunning cards over and over. We start getting kills. Okay. So we're going to go. You're about to die anyways. You and easy, plain and simple. Okay, he does not have enough for a Ruination, so we're going to stun this card. Get rid of it, that'll level up Yas. And look at that, as I said, I will eventually get someone to surrender on me because the deck is just a little too strong and a little too good at controlling the battlefield with Yasuo. And it's as simple as that. Alright, that is going to be it for this video. I certainly hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay and the deck for this video. If you did, hit that like button, and if you're subscribed so you can keep seeing my videos and new decks. I will make sure to leave a deck code in the description for you guys to use so that you can copy this deck and start using it yourself, so you can climb that ladder up to the higher elos like I was. Alright, unfortunately I'm still stuck in silver, but don't worry, my decks will start proving themselves to start working once I get back up to the plat and hopefully diamond. But with that being said, until next time, OJ out.